Hi everybody, I'm Kathleen. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're gonna make amazing sweet potato black bean enchiladas with an avocado cilantro cream sauce from the fabulous The Oh She Glows Cookbook by Angela Liddon. And this recipe is on her blog, so I will put a link to it when we're done. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is cut up our onion. Like always, I do not use oil. I just use some water to saute the onion and with some garlic. So I went ahead and started cutting here a little bit, and now we're gonna go the opposite direction. Whoops. And you wanna have a good knife. Just be careful because onions are slimy and it does make it a little tricky. So we'll cut this way first. Oops, don't do that. And then we're gonna cut it small. And this is one of the first vegan official recipes I ever made, and it is delicious and it is a home run with the whole family. Kids love it, adults love it, meat eaters love it, vegans love it. So I highly recommend it if you're ever entertaining, in addition to feeding yourself, whoops, and your family. All right, so I put a little water in the pan. Started the pan already on a low heat. So that's something you can always do. Just heat it with some water. And let's see, let me just cut this up a little better here. All right. Then we're gonna add a clove of garlic. I just use minced garlic. This is 2 cloves, excuse me. Half a teaspoon of minced is 1 clove. So we're gonna saute this together on the stove, and I need more water. And you wanna turn your oven on at 350 to bake the enchiladas. All right. So while this is sauteing, all that split up, I'm gonna show you what we did with the sweet potatoes, which are one of the key players in this recipe. So I already cooked the sweet potatoes. So I peeled 2 sweet potatoes and chopped them very small, and then boiled them on the stovetop for about 8 minutes. Sweet potatoes actually cook really fast, faster than say carrots. So you want to keep an eye on them that they aren't going to be mush and fall apart, because it can happen. So check them at about 7 or 8 minutes, see if they're fork tender, and then you're gonna cut them very small. So I went ahead and did that just so you didn't have to sit here and watch them boil. So then while this is still browning up a bit, I'm gonna turn up the heat. And then the other main ingredient, of course, is black beans. And I talk about this brand a lot. Simple Truth Organic is a Kroger brand. I get it at Ralph's in California. 99 cents if you buy a 4-pack. It's even cheaper. So sometimes, for some reason, people think eating plant-based is expensive. It's actually very affordable. Okay, so now I'm gonna add in that can of black beans to the onions and garlic. And then we're gonna add in our 2 small chopped sweet potatoes. So lots of beta carotene. It's important to get a lot of color in your diet. Try to eat the colors of the rainbow, which sounds very simple, but it does take some planning sometimes. All right, so we've got great orange color in there. We're gonna turn up the heat a bit. We're gonna add in some enchilada sauce. Now, there is a recipe in the book to make your homemade enchilada sauce. This is La Victoria red enchilada sauce, and I'm not gonna use the whole thing. We're just gonna do 1/4 of a cup into the mixture. And there are also recipes online to make oil-free enchilada sauce. This sauce actually doesn't have that many ingredients, and they are recognizable ingredients. All right, so I want to coat everything with our enchilada sauce. And then we're gonna add in a tablespoon of fresh squeezed lime juice. You could also sub out lemon juice if you don't have lime juice. And then we're gonna add in 2 spices. We're gonna start with some chili powder, 1 teaspoon. This is a half, so I'm gonna do it twice. And then a half a teaspoon of ground cumin. I try to buy spices organic when I can. And this one is, the other one wasn't. Okay, and then we're gonna mix that together. I'm gonna turn the heat down low. We're gonna add in a red pepper. And I've already rinsed it, and this is organic. When possible, I talk about this a lot, when I'm eating the skin of something, I do try to make effort to get organic if they have it. Okay, so we're just gonna cut out the top. Go. And then we're gonna cut up our red pepper, and you can use it orange or yellow color pepper, whatever you like. Again, we're getting more of those rich colors that have phytonutrients. All right. Lots of vitamins and minerals. So I cut it lengthwise. You can leave that on, it bugs me. It's just my own thing. And then you can cut them small. And again, it just helps, like the sweet potatoes, when you roll them in your wrap or tortilla, especially the corn tortillas, they are tiny. So it helps to chop up your veggies tiny. And then I'm just gonna turn that heat back on. Okay, and here we go again. And you could do a combination. You could do half yellow pepper, half orange pepper, red. I advise not using green for this. Green pepper, I think the color ones will be best. All right. And this is definitely a lower fat recipe because we're not using any oil, and I'm not gonna go crazy with the sauce. The sauce has some oil. All right, already in it, so. All right, see how pretty this is? And then we're gonna add some spinach here in a minute, get even more color. So it's very healthy. If you didn't even, you could just cook it and eat it. Eat it in a bowl. All right. Get those spices all mixed in. Then we're gonna add in some spinach. So I just buy, I'll show you, some Simple Truth Organic baby spinach. And it's already been washed and ready to eat. And the reason I do this is because I use so much spinach. I put it in a smoothie every day. So I just really go through. You can do like 2 handfuls in a smoothie. And spinach doesn't really have any flavor if you have it in a smoothie. I do it with banana and blueberry and a little almond milk or almond butter, and you can't even taste the greens. So that's another great way to get in your greens, is to put a couple handfuls of spinach in your smoothie. And I have a green smoothie recipe on my channel already, and I'll show you that blueberry smoothie another time, but that's just why we have so much spinach. And then just cut it up small. Okay, remember Popeye? Where'd he get all of his strength and protein? From spinach. So if you haven't seen Game Changers on Netflix, please watch it. It's all about amazing plant-based Olympians and athletes who are getting all their strength, speed, and endurance from plants. All right, so that's great. And the black beans have protein. All plant-based foods have a little, even trace of protein. But then some, like the black beans and the spinach, have even more. Beans and greens. And they also have a lot of calcium. So no need for cow's milk. I could have chopped that spinach a little smaller, but once it sautés here for a bit, it will shrink. I don't know, it's all those colors. It smells amazing with the spices too. And we're gonna bake it for 20 to 25 minutes, so you don't need it to be thoroughly cooked. All right, it's a little big. Chop them smaller than I did. Get rid of the stem. Okay, we're gonna just drizzle. I'm gonna use this so I can measure. We're just gonna drizzle about 1/4 of a cup of the sauce, and I'll dance the pan around here, because I'm intentionally not going crazy with the sauce. I haven't made an oil-free enchilada sauce, but I would like to give it a shot. We're gonna probably need more, sorry. How about just another little dash? Whoops, big dash. That should do it. This will give them a little more flavor on the bottom and also help it not stick to the pan. Okay, and get that other corner. All right, now you can use your favorite wrap or tortilla. I show these with the quesadillas, this beef-free. These are actually sweet potato wraps, and Julia's Table makes them also. And then you can just use corn tortillas. My body is sadly a little bit sensitive to corn, so I'm gonna do a combination of both. And I'll show you what we do. So the corn tortillas are normally a little bit, you know, when they're cold, they're all stuck together. So I've already done this. I heat the stove, and I just do a little flip to make them warm so they're more pliable, because otherwise they like break. So I already did that. I heated up a few of the corn. And we're gonna start though with these sweet potatoes. And these are actually bigger and in my opinion, much easier to work with. But I love the taste of corn tortillas, so just do whatever you have on hand. Any kind of wrap or tortilla. So with this one, again, we can get in a little bit more. All right, probably a little bit more. It's all practice. Everything in life is practice. But it's fun to learn new things, right? And we have the rest of our lives to keep practicing and learning. So I'm gonna roll it, and I'm gonna try to roll it with the seam down. And then again, you can always cut these in half when we're done. And then they fit nicely. Or you could use a large flour tortilla. But again, if you're not, I don't like to eat gluten, so I really enjoy these beef-free and Julia's Table wraps that are gluten-free. There's different flavors besides sweet potato. There's a cauliflower wrap. There's a multi-seed one. All right. Actually, we want to go to the end, because this really, again, could be cut in half. It could be two. Depends how many people you're feeding, or if you're just feeding yourself. You can eat this for like 3 days. It's fun. Stick that back in. And yeah. And don't worry if they're not pretty. Mine definitely weren't. Again, it's just been an ongoing practice. All right, let's do one more of these. I hope it looks delicious. It smells amazing. All these healthy plant-based foods together. Good. That's the other thing, is getting a variety of foods in your diet, no matter what kind of diet you have. You know, we're creatures of habit, tend to eat the same thing every day, especially for breakfast. I do. And so if you can, at least get some variety in your lunches and your dinners. Then you get a variety of nutrients. Okay, see, these are really a home run. I have never used these before for the enchiladas. I'm very, very pleased. Okay, Now these cute little corn ones, which most people love the corn ones, we're just gonna have to use a lot less filling. And then you can eat more of them. All right. I could have even cut that smaller. All right. See how we do here. Roll that little tortilla. And I think I'm gonna go this way, and then we can line up a few more. So then if you have some people who want corn, you can do it that way. I see that I'm gonna have a lot of filling, so I wanna keep going here. I'll stuff that one. And then, whoops, I stuffed it too full. Should have stuffed the big ones. And then we're gonna roll the seam down. All right. Keep going. So sometimes my friends who are parents will say that the kids are picky about vegan food and wanting the meat just because that's all they know. And this is the first recipe I tell parents to try with your kids. Unless they don't like beans, of course. But you could always leave the beans out because most kids, I think, like sweet potatoes. Ours do. All right. Roll it up. Turn it upside down. I'm going to squeeze one more in. Do one more. Excuse my reach. And this one's pretty. It's been sitting out, so it's soft enough. I don't have to heat it up. But remember, flip, flip over your burner. It makes it much easier. It took us a while to learn that trick too. Okay, and then with the extra, you can just fill in your casserole dish. I don't have a lot of gaps, but I'm just going to put it in top. So then when you dish it up, you just have all this extra with it. So you can tell it makes a lot of food, which is great, right? You can have it for a few days, or even you and another person can have it for a few days. I have a friend in the hospital, so we are taking him some enchiladas. Okay, making a mess here. Now you can drizzle, and you don't even have to. You don't really actually even have to, but I'm just gonna drizzle, hopefully, a little bit of sauce over them. Whoops, excuse me. All right. And you can smother them. Whatever you need. Okay. Now we're going to bake them at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. Doesn't that look gorgeous? All right. And you can check them at 20. Oops, excuse me. All right. Just so you don't forget, because if I don't set the timer sometimes, it's bad. Okay, so now we're gonna make the avocado cilantro cream sauce. Let me just move some of this out of our way. Now, of course, you could just use avocado slices. You don't have to make the cream sauce. I don't always make it just because of time. Or you could, just make your own guacamole, which is on my page already. Easy guacamole with guacamole, salt, and lime or lemon juice. So we're going to start with a avocado. This is from our tree, so it's a little flawed, but it looks good on the inside. And then we're going to scoop out the center. And if there is any brown, you want to cut it out. So I see some, but we're going to start and see. And flip it over, make sure you're good to go. Because you don't want to eat the brown. Just going to knock that off. All right. Avocado has a lot of great omegas in them. Give you some healthy plant oil. Let's just double check. There's a little bit. Bye-bye. Okay, I want to get rid of the pit. If you can, it's obviously a lot cheaper to make your own guac or this sauce than buying guac. All right, double check. Good to go. There's a lot of meat in this one, which is great. Makes everything creamy. Okay, now we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of the fresh squeezed lime juice. And then we're going to add in about 3 tablespoons of water. Start with 3, see if you need more, and then a half a cup of chopped cilantro. And I'm omitting the salt, but you could also add salt. And now we're going to turn on the food processor. When you use the food processor, you don't need as much liquid. Like when we made the hummus video, I'm gonna remake that because when I do hummus in the blender, I need a lot more veggie broth, and when I make it in the food processor, I don't need nearly as much. So let's just give that a little go one more time. All right, here we go. Looks beautiful. So we're gonna let the enchiladas cook, and I will be back and we will do a little drizzling of our sauce. Thanks. Okay, we're back. It's been about 20 minutes for the enchiladas, baking at 350, and they look amazing. Let me bring it over here so we can get a good shot of that. And then we are going to drizzle them with some of the beautiful avocado cilantro lime sauce. Just depends how much you want. Oops. And again, you can omit this, use some guacamole, just throw on some avocado slices. But you saw how fast this is to make. It's really fast, the avocado sauce. Do a little bit here. Definitely use it all, right? Okay, and then, of course, this is all optional. They're great by themselves without. There are some green onions. if you are a green onion lover like me. Again, great for dinner, great for a party, entertaining friends, potluck even. There you go. Amazing. Black bean sweet potato enchiladas with avocado cilantro sauce from the fabulous O'Shea Glows. Get her cookbook. I say this a lot. I mean it. It's my favorite vegan cookbook. My husband says she taught you how to cook. And it's true. I'd been vegan forever. I don't even know what I was eating, but I got by. But now I eat in style thanks to Angela Litton. So get the book. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please click like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for saving animals with your food choices. Have a great week.